What's up, everyone? Thralls Metal here once again. I'm the Croc Nick.
I'm Jamin John.
I'm Rin.
And we got a debut full length we're going over here with a band called Swampbeast. 7 evils spawned of 7 heads. And believe me, this is evil sounding.
Evil. Very evil.
Pretty evil.
This came out on the 12th of February on Translation Lost Records. This band formed in Los Angeles, 2017 or 2016. It really didn't say in terms of an exact date. I'm just guessing because that's when their earliest works came out.
Are there a lot of swamps in Los Angeles?
Tar pits.
Sounds
Tar
like
pits? Yes, tar pits.
La Brea Tar Pits. They have one other demo in 2017, a split with Void Terror in 2019, and when I saw the description of this band, they said, namely, it was death grind. And believe me, when I listen to this, it's a lot more than that.
Yes.
This is some cavernous, ugly, I'm going to say that again because it bears repeating, death metal, almost death doom in spots. It careens everywhere. We made that face a lot.
A lot of sour lemon face.
He might be having a stroke though. So waste no time when it opens up with Orc's Anvil.
There's no 4 count.
No,
There's
nothing.
no 3 count.
No.
There's no count.
It's blast.
There's no what do they vote?
Nope.
Nope.
We're getting into sludgy death metal riffs. A little bit of like kind of a grind feel to it. Early on you'll hear a little bit more of the grind side, but it's
I think the grind is actually sprinkled in there more. It's more of like a death album and then like a death metal album and then death doom.
Yeah. You get like these kind of pockets of like D beats and kind of like punkier sections. Vocals on here are cavernous, throaty, dry bellows.
It reminds me of Skeletal Remains.
Horrendous.
Especially the new Skeletal Remains. Yeah.
I was shocked to learn that they're from California because I did not hear one single word of English.
I heard, ugh.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
You gotta have that.
I didn't make out one single human word. I think it was Klingon or Aramaic.
Orcish?
It could have been.
Orcish. It could have been.
Yeah. It's evil. It's just evil, guttural noises. And
Yes.
I think that's all you really need. I don't want to know the lyrics to this, honestly, because this whole album sounds evil and dark as hell, so it's probably for the best that I don't know what they're saying.
The lyrics I do want to know, though, are the ones in Convulsing in the Shit and Piss of Man.
Ah.
I mean, first off, Jesus, you nailed a song title. That is
Yes.
absolutely...
Pure
great-
murk in the
great
underbelly
subject.
of the defecating man.
Like, I'm pretty sure if the cover was a scratch and sniff, that would be the scent. I'm glad they don't do that anymore.
I smell pee-pee and doo-doo on fire. Hellfire. A flaming bag of poo-poo caca. I believe Tarman from Return of the Living Dead was on the vocals.
Dude, this song in particular, one of my favorite ones, brings up that ugly atmosphere again, but this is where I think it gets a little bit riffier. And towards the middle of the album,
Yeah.
it gets more riffier. Like, the opening tracks, Orc, Anvil, and The Blind God, labor the distant atmosphere. Like, it is just...
Black and Death.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a wall of atmosphere and an occasional melody sort of pockmarked in there. But this song actually just brings in some big, droning, almost kind of Death Doom bits. You get more Death Doom later on.
Yeah.
But, my God, the breakdown in the song, just drenched in reverb, they're pretty much just hitting like a few notes, I think, and it sounds like just a wall of noise rolling across your body, but the feel on it.
Yes.
In terms of a death grind album, quote unquote, this is probably one of the most atmospheric ones I've listened to.
So, we were talking about doom parts. The next song, 1,000 Years of Pestilence. Dear God. So, like, almost like incantation-y for the verse.
Yes.
And then they get a little bit of groove, and then it goes to, like, Disma Doom.
There's a lot of dynamics in this song.
Yes.
It go up and down, fast and slow.
Yep.
Yeah.
The way it opens with that just like dissonant strumming, it just creates this wall of sound. And honestly, like, there are parts in here where I felt like if you took like Neurosis's Through Silver and Blood and sped it up like a lot, you would get this song, or actually a good chunk of this album. There's a nice discernible melody in this one too.
Yeah.
Like honestly, before it was kind of hard to pick up the hooks because you're sifting through like dissonant tags and stuff that sounds like a combination of Vitriol and Portal.
Yeah, like those dissonant squeals over that tribal beat that's in there. Oh,
The tribal breakdown,
oh, I love the tribal breakdown.
Is it an evil melody?
yes.
Yes.
Only the most evil of melodies on this album.
Satan is here, and he's not pleased, but he digs the tunes.
He does. When they played the D beat for him,
Yes.
he dug. The Dark Lord dug.
Satan's,
the D-beat.
I'm here to take you, but
Hey,
maybe later.
hey.
I mean, we can pause the apocalypse just to have a quick little concert. Why not?
Yeah. The album's fairly short, so
Yeah. I mean, 36 minutes.
Yeah.
Before we're all ripped to shreds by demons.
36 minutes. You know what I mean? The permanence of death, slow build of evil, doom into fast blackened death thrash. Spank me, Satan. Yes, spank me. Change me. I'm dirty.
Honestly, like when they do slow down,
It's the best.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I'm a Death Doom
Yeah.
nut. I love that stuff. The Hooded Menace vibes that I get, I love it. Just the giant doom-laden melodies. There's some harmonies in there that are just absolutely excellent. In between these big doom songs, you have Trudging Through Oblivion, which is violent, dissonant grindcore. D-beat stomps, but you get that wall of death. And I mean, honestly, at this point, I was like, man, this band does not give a fuck about a hook.
Yeah.
No, it's about delivering the heaviest possible thing. But again, when I get down to those Death Doom parts, it's like, that's a hook though. So I don't know, it's almost like kind of a tale of two sounds. And you get a lot of that, later on. The Flesh Sustained, the Permanence of Death and Flesh Sustained is pretty much, I think, the riffiest section of this album. Like there are killer riffs.
And that Flesh Sustained, that opener riff sounds like Steve Tucker era Morbid Angel.
Yeah, I mean, there's Morbid Angel tremolos, pretty much that, Trey wrote this riff and was like, yeah, that's a chord. It's like, no, it's not, Trey. It was like, I said it's a chord, all right?
There be demons, and they have sharp and pointy things. They're not afraid to use them. Yep, I've been stabbed.
I mean, if this is the soundtrack to the apocalypse, which I definitely feel it is, we're all pretty well screwed at the end of it. There's going to be, ripping and shredding of us, but the tunes are cool.
It happens a lot in Chasms Encrusted with Malformity, which
Jesus.
is an interlude, but it's just creepy. Like, I think Krampus is down in the sewer.
I was working in the lab.
It's very drippy. The atmosphere on it is really cool, and I like how this is kind of a segue between the song Cerberus and the last song, Spell of Decay. It works. Like, generally, all right, if this popped up first as the intro, I'd probably bitch about it. I was like, I mean, it's cool, it's creepy, let's go. This album instead just goes right from the start.
Yep, I like how it goes from
and
the
then
beginning, and
this-
they save this stuff for the...
And it works really well because Cerberus tails out to this outro, to this little interlude here. And then it really picks up into Spells of Decay, which, oh, God.
I can smell the decaying spell.
That is pure Death Doom glory. I mean, there's a lot of Death Doom moments, but this song in particular just dry humps the Death Doom.
And the guitar solo is the longest solo on any song on this album.
It'd be like if Satan played the Flight of the Bumblebee.
Except the Bumblebee is like as big as a Rottweiler.
Flight of the Beazel Bumblebee.
Beazel Bumblebee.
Beazel Bumblebee. Wow.
Also known as a murder hornet. Yeah. The solos on here are kind of pockmarked in terms of like just kind of peppered in there. Generally, they're like the squealy dive bombs. But that one,
He's playing some weird scales.
Yes.
Aeolian and
Yeah, there's something strange going on here.
Midichlorian, midichlorian.
Ooh, yep. DeLorean.
The DeLorean mode.
Yep.
I believe in the tempo of 88.
more Dorian. But it's interesting that every solo kind of fits wherever they sort of pepper it in.
Yeah.
Like the squealy dive bombs, generally the more grindy moments really work out. This solo stands out just because not only is like it's the most melodic one, but it's still creepier than hell. But it is definitely like out front in the mix too. Like generally when you hear the other ones, they're kind of just buried back there, a little
In the cave.
Back in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I mean, this does sound like it was recorded in a very large cave, probably full of corpses.
In swamp.
And swamp. I mean, you gotta have swamp. This is Swampbeast. And
Sewer, swamp, cave.
They earned their name.
Yes, it's very appropriate.
It's like, Swamp Thing got bitten by a rabid swamp dog and became Swampbeast, and DC never got any of my letters about that spinoff. But, whatever. It's generally the shorter songs that I think I had a little bit more trouble getting into. Not as though they were bad, I just don't think they were as well thought out. The first Primeval, short, nasty, lots of Portal-like riffs, which I still have difficulty getting into that band. My God, they look insane.
I've tried.
I tried.
I really have, and I'm going to continue to try because...
You kind of just want to understand it. Sometimes the dissonant stuff is just a little too much, but man, when they hone it in and find that balance, it's that balance of good riffs, memorable, evil melodies, not pretty ones. No pretty anything.
Pug fugly in the face.
Oh, yeah, dude. Just... bleh. When they find that balance, though, that is where everything comes together, not beautifully, again, ugly, but in a good way. For death metal.
Yeah.
Not at all like Natalie Portman's hair.
No, the exact opposite of Natalie Portman's hair.
Golden and flowing and glistens in the sun.
None
of that. No.
Unwashed
there was
and
no sun.
Smelly. It's more like Chris Barnes' hair.
Yeah. Yep.
Overall, man, it's the disturbing listen. It really kind of sticks with you, but I enjoyed it. It's something you kind of listen where you almost want to wipe off the speaker after playing the entire album because you kind of did it dirty. But I really enjoyed this, and this is my third time listening to it, and it's grown on me immensely. A little too much in the atmosphere sometimes, but overall, I gotta give this 4 stars. This is a hell of a debut. I definitely want to check out their earlier material. I'm sure it is just as punishing and ugly as this. If not, I'm curious what pushed them to this level of murkiness.
The devil.
Probably the devil. I strongly recommend picking up this album. Get a shirt. He did.
Yeah, I bought a shirt.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just nasty.
I'm also gonna give this 4. This album is just gross. But that's a good thing, of course. This is again like everything I love about death metal, to be honest. And I don't mind the dissonance. You all have seen my segments and crap like that. I love dissonance, and I like the fact that it doesn't change in this ever. It stays very uniform. That atmosphere does. It just sounds just like hanging out in a sewer.
It's never done creeping you out.
Yep, and I love the incorporation of the doom because they do it so well.
Yes.
The just incantation style. Blah. I sour lemon faced this whole thing, and I bought a shirt before the album was over, and they're only $15 on Bandcamp. Go to Swampbeast Bandcamp and buy a shirt. Nick's gonna go. Yeah, 4 stars. Kick ass.
Swampbeast is the appropriate name for this band because it is beastly and swampy. It's a creek where all the fish have died a while ago, but now it's humid out.
Ew.
I can smell that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the vibe you get on this record. I'm going to give it a 3. And I'm only doing that because I don't really listen to this type of evil.
Different evil.
It's different evil than the evil I'm accustomed to of the Morbid Angels or the I Hate Gods. I prefer their slower breakdowns where the riff is just doing this horrible quasi-chord thing and the drums are just stomping and just... When you go full tilt boogie, that's cool and all. Hey, you can play fast. Awesome. But I like the dynamics. A few of these songs really have a lot of good dynamics. I do like that part. If it was all full tilt boogie, I wouldn't... I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Satan. Yeah, the devil. Woo. But I probably will listen to this again. Yeah, just not exactly my wheelhouse, but I really did enjoy a lot of certain aspects of this. And it's Fargan evil.
So, if you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, subscribe because we do stuff like this all the time. Also, we have a giveaway going on. Once we hit 4,500 subs, we have a nice little package of 3 CDs and a vinyl we're giving away. So definitely get in on that. And again, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
We're over 4,300 now, and that's awesome. That's actually way more than I thought we'd ever get. So we're clearly doing something at least all right.
Something.
So thank you guys very much once again, and we will catch you later.